Greetings, adventurers, and welcome back to Abnormal Voyages. My name is David, and today we find ourselves in Tampa, Florida, at a very special grocery store. Tag along as we check it out.
We're going to a place that you've never heard of before. It's Abnormal Voyages. You're gonna learn something new. We're gonna open new doors. It's Abnormal Voyages.
Welcome to Tampa Fresh Foods. One step inside this art installation grocery store, and you can see it's like no other.
So what makes this grocery store so special? Well, like our little orange friend here, absolutely everything is made out of felt. The produce, the bakery goods, the meat, all the way down to the Pringles cans. Everything is a work of art.
Carrots, bell peppers, squash, you name it. These were by far some of the friendliest and happiest vegetables I have ever met. Everything here was created by one person, the amazing Lucy Sparrow. And as you can tell, she is ridiculously talented. Usually, grocery shopping is kind of a chore that not a lot of people enjoy doing. But at this store, you could easily get lost for hours. I love that the asparagus come in bundles and that each one has their little faces on there. And then the giant leeks. Just make sure they don't get into your boat. As fantastic as the fruits and vegetables are, this is only the beginning.
From produce, we move on to the refrigerated sections. So we have our dairy and juice with favorites such as, of course, orange juice here in Florida. You got your grape juices, you got your half and half, all the way down to your meats. There's more meat if we keep coming this way. This is where you get prime cuts. You got the lamb joints. Ooh, American ribeye, beef steak. This looks delicious. Everything here is incredible.
You had your option of Sunny D right next to your orange juice, and then a bunch of different flavors. Eggnog for your seasonal variety. And then the meats, oh, there were so many of them. Lots of them with faces on it as well. Very cute. Very cool to see. The breakfast sausage there with the Bob Evans. Pork chops. You got your lamb joints. Tons of different variety. So no matter what you felt like cooking up for dinner, you're gonna find it right here in the meat cabinet. They've even got your breakfast covered with their bacon, and then some hams, and there was even some chickens ready to go.
Now, I don't know about you, but I love cheese, and I've never seen cuter cheese than this. Just look at this block of cheddar. All of these cheeses here are adorable.
Now, for any true cheese connoisseur, they made sure to have a nice spread of varieties for you to sample from. If you didn't want cheddar, we had the mozzarella. There was goat cheese, nice little bowl of olives. There was the cheddar that we saw. There was some Parmesan, some Stilton cheese, even some Manchego, and then some deli meat. What more could you want? Well, if your answer to that was, I want baked goods, you were covered as well. Head right over to the bakery section, and there were tons of sweet and savory treats to tempt you. I've always liked toast a bit more than bagels, but I think this bread was almost cute enough to change my mind. There was certainly no shortage of selections here either. You could even buy some tiny macaroons, all in different flavors and colors. Or if you wanted something a little bigger, there were some beautiful blueberry muffins and a bunch of cookies, including the rainbow ones, always one of my favorites, or a nice salty pretzel.
When I tell you everything is felt, I mean it. Right down to the ATM machine, all made out of felt. Even packaged food has gotten the felt treatment. We got your ding dongs, Nilla wafers over here, Pick up a nice bag of Doritos, or even some basics, like some bread. Anything you could possibly want, all feltified.
They say variety is the spice of life, and that certainly rings true here in the snack aisle. Whatever your favorite brand or flavor of tasty treat may be, chances are you're going to find it on these very well-stocked shelves. Chips and such are great, but I think the massive cereal boxes were some of my favorite things in the entire store. Some more iconic choices included the classic Campbell's soup can, nice little tins of Spam there for you, even boxes of Pop-Tarts and jars of peanut butter. For those who prefer to make all their own food, this aisle had tons of different ingredients to assist in your meal preparations. The bottles of syrup were very adorable. And then everything from dumpling mix to fish fry, they certainly had you covered. Even a little shake and bake. Now remember, this is a full-service grocery store. So, let's look at some other unique sections.
Being in Florida, of course, cigars are very popular, so it only makes sense that they have their very own humidor here. Let's check it out.
That's right. While shopping, you can step into this separate room and peruse their selection of fine, hand-rolled cigars. Even for those who may not be well-versed in cigars or tobacco, this was really cool to see. Lots of different variety, tons of labels, and all the signs on the walls were, of course, made of felt. But let's move on.
We continue with more meat and some fresh seafood.
This meat section offered you the freshest meat you could hope for. The sausages came in different flavors. You had Chipotle, Hot Italian, Classic, Chili. You could even bring home an entire sausage link roll there. There were some little meatballs, some rump steaks, some pork chops, some ribeyes, and some slices of bacon. Then next door to that, they had the fresh seafood. Here you could pick up some salmon, some squid. There were some nice fillets here. Little baby clams, very cute. Or, if you really wanted to go big, pick up a giant crab or some lobster. All delicious choices.
And if you get thirsty while shopping, you have plenty of beverage choices. But in my opinion, nothing beats a good felty bottle of Coca-Cola.
And if you weren't feeling like a Coca-Cola, that's okay. There were plenty of different flavors to choose from, as well as a few other choices, such as energy drinks, and even a few wine coolers and beer towards the bottom. Next to them in the frozen foods, you found frozen pizza, there were some fish sticks, there was frozen peas, pretty much anything that needed to be kept cold, you found it right here in these refrigerators. And speaking of beverages, right across from it you found the alcohol section. So if you were looking for something with a bit more of a kick, this was the place to turn to. There was rum, vodka, plenty of whiskeys, you could grab a bottle of tequila, anything you needed for your next party to make sure everybody had a good time, here it was in felt. If you pick any of these up, just remember, always craft responsibly. Let's keep exploring the store.
If you're feeling like a healthy treat, you could stop by the salad bar. Plenty of options here. We got your noodles, cucumbers. These are very cute. You get some tasty little sardines. And your spoons to make sure you get the proper serving of everything. Chicken drumsticks over here. And then we move on. These tomatoes have already been cut for you, unlike the ones that we saw earlier. Plenty of toppings for everything. Or you can just grab yourself a slice of pizza.
And for those in a hurry, they had a whole food to go section. We had some lovely little sushi bits here, with bottles of soy sauce, of course. And then other necessities that you might just want to grab real quick and run out, or maybe you just stopped by to grab a hot dog for lunch, or even one of these delicious looking pre-made sandwiches. You could get it, check out, and be on your way in just a couple of minutes. Now, most of what we've seen so far has been food, but I didn't want to neglect the fact that, like any good grocery store, a lot of your necessities could be bought here that weren't food related. Be it diapers, or toothbrushes, or shampoo, they were fully stocked as well. As a matter of fact, you could even pick up a pregnancy test here. Talk about convenience, huh? There were plenty of pharmaceutical goods to look through as well, just in case you needed something for heartburn, maybe some Band-Aids or some aspirin. Right here was the place to go. And keeping with that convenience, there was even a section filled with laundry detergent, just in case you needed to get home and wash your clothes all clean. And then some grocery bags for all the trash afterwards. But by far, many people's favorite aisle was the candy aisle. From chocolate to lollipops to gummy bears, all of your favorites were available. It truly takes an incredible person to dream up something like this. Speaking of which...
And of course we couldn't leave without saying hello to the genius behind this wonderful store, Miss Lucy Sparrow. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Fantastic after seeing all of this. So I gotta ask, how long did it take to make everything here?
It took 2 years.
Wow, that is a lot of work, but I don't think I could make this in 2 lifetimes, so you've got me.
Fair enough.
So what was your inspiration behind this and using felt?
Well, I've been working things out of felt since I was about 5 or 6, but then I started doing art professionally about 10 years ago. And this is the 10th installation of this kind.
Wow.
But it's the biggest. So they're getting like gradually bigger.
Well, I can't wait to see what you do next.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing this awesome art with us.
No worries.
And we'll drop a link in the description there if you want to check out more of Miss Sparrow's work. But that's all the time we have today from Tampa Fresh Foods. My name is David, and this has been Abnormal Voyages. Thanks for tagging along. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching Abnormal Voyages. Thanks for watching Abnormal Voyages.
And I couldn't leave without taking home a little orange. And as you can see, even the checkout is made of felt.